his mind races. Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky. He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity, that survivor. No ma'am. It's a gas fella, forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around him. Must have fled here from the mines. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Special delivery. Gas fellas. Windbags start turning up for last call. More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broken. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid. Right back at you, he finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job. Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. Kid's gotta move forward, not down. He's a mighty fast learner. He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Well, down he goes.
Got that one.
Down toward the Bastion. Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me. There's a bit of the Bastion's power in
Slow
that
on the
crest.
skip.
Enough to point the way to the cores. And just like that, the Bastion comes alive. Starts growing again. Growing stronger.
Sitting here just running
Kid's
my
gotta
finger
put
back
its
and forth
power
on my
to good
scroll wheel.
use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. The
Right,
Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely. Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out. Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong. Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? And there it is.
Oh my goodness.
But it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman was keeping his fellas in check. And now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. He comes back, just like I knew he would. The Corps hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. The old world's finished, but the new world's just getting started. The Corps, they remember. That's why this place is coming together. That's why things are gonna be alright.
Ah. Where are you going, kid?
Us what to build. We tracked down a couple more Corps near the edge of the city.
Hanging Gardens, not Sundown Path, as much as I want to do Sundown Path.
The dead welcome him with open arms. The calamity took everybody after all. Kid sees it plain, frozen faces all around. These folks never saw the calamity coming, but someone did. Someone close. It was someone like him. It's a snag or two trying to get to him. He ain't about to stop, no matter what. He's got so many questions after all. The Thunder brothers didn't make it. Nor did the Bird Boy. Didn't make it. But him, he survived. Just think, without that man, we wouldn't be here right now. Would we? What do you say to a man who's seen too much? Kid hasn't a clue. But he says this, we have to go. Please. He's a proper gentleman, that man. His name is Zolf. No hiding he's an Ura.
That one looked like it was jumping around, but we'll find out.
He's relieved to see a living face or two. The kid and I introduce ourselves in kind. Both to him and to each other. For the first time. Zolf's travels ain't much compared to what the kids have to go through for all this. Can't be too careful these days.
Okay, I can still make it to Cinderbrick. See if we can make it far enough to get Mount Zand as a backup.
There's only one way to Cinderbrick Fort. The hard way. Sure, the city marshals may be gone, but now the fort's crawling with windbags. The calamity was mercy. Well, windbags, young and old, keep fighting. At least the marshals left the kid a parting gift. Something the windbags just can't handle. Something that'll punch clean through the greasy hides. Windbags ain't much different from normal folks. All they want's a warm place to stay and a decent meal. Cinderbrick gave them enough heat and metal to munch on for a while. But the fort ain't theirs by right.
Oops.
Security's plane gone haywire. Windbags gummed up the works. They trapped the kid in the middle of the fort's parade grounds. The Skyway's a welcome sight after all that. And now ain't nothing left for nobody down at Cinderbrick Fort.
Okay. Got our dupe there.
Kid shows up just as Zolf's telling me about his own journey to the city. Seems the
Think
only
I pipe
thing the
glitched
calamity
here?
saved for Zolf was a smoking pipe. Kid surprised Zolf claimed something money pretty bad.
Nice.
I shouldn't have believed it either. High time we built something new.
Oh, right,
but
I
there's a
failed.
way to put it back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse
Okay.
the Bastion back to health.
Nope, yeah, I still can't make it to... Yeah, Jocelyn's slow, Prosper is slow. Is Prosper slow? There's no core at Prosper. Pith doesn't have a core. Yeah, I still have to go back to melting pot. Shoot. Okay.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stabweeds. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down. Core's stuck inside one of those fancy
supposed to hit the button.
cages.
Melting pot and Mount Xander are the only
Now what
options?
could
Okay.
possibly go wrong?
And looks like Rothus is kind of the
Quite a bit. As it
cut off.
turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do.
like if you can
Ship
get
it
past
start falling
Rothus,
in.
then you can do Mount Xand. Otherwise, you have to do melting pot.
Not every squirt born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense.
Oh, if you miss an early dupe, you do melting pot, dupe it, and then don't do burststone, do Mount Xand. I like that actually. Okay. Good, good marathon strats.
Scumbags don't take kindly to interlopers. Ain't no easy way out of this mess. Even some gas fellas take his corner. Heard he'd pop that mean old foreman.
Can you tell I've run any percent in marathons before? Yeah,
At this rate,
I agree.
maybe
That's
5 more minutes.
that's
30. Hard to tell. Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up. It ain't all bad, as the kid finds some spices from the motherland. Tax-free. One thing's for sure, that cage is awful heavy. It's a troublesome scene to be sure. A few moments left, and the core goes free. 10, 9, 8, 7. You give or take a few seconds. Finally, the core's within reach. And done. He's got it. Just gotta get to the
that
nearest
looked
bars.
duped.
I still remember the look on his face after that one. That's it. A few more shards like that, and we'll be back in business. A single shard can breathe new life into this place. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it. The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. First things first, what do we build next?
Now we can go to Rothus. Not to Point Lemaine. Don't go to Point Lemaine. Point Lemaine is very, very slow. Point Lemaine is painfully slow.
Ankle gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rothus Lagoon. Many a tale folks used to scare their children straight originated here. They moved quick and quiet. They used to think that ankle gators were extinct. Well, they ain't. Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things. Brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. Can't get hasty in a place like this. Queenie leads the kid into some kind of twisted trap. closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. Want to know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use a kid as bait. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. And now he's made her mad. After all that, kid lets the ankle gator go.
Alright.
Hope Queen Anne don't mind us borrowing from her treasury. It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, Rothus.
The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
Oh, right, I still have Colford. Okay. And my splits are off. Just undo that one, I guess.
Not everything blew up in the calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here, but we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. Place as inhospitable as they come. After all, when we look down inside Colford Cauldron, we saw in there the heart of the world. The heart now laid bare by the calamity. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Jocelyn Bog. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city. It comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though.
Okay, so now I get to skip Burststone and just do Mount Zand.
The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. Ain't saying much, but that's the greatest forge in all the city.
Not Urzendra, not Burststone, Mount Zand. And I'm gonna have to tell my splits that this is not a Burststone Quarry Gold.
There's no more mountains now. There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. It's a delicate situation. The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own, but they ain't yet prepared for any company. Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean. Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our bastion is everybody's gain. Not just ours. We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square. He's done what's best for him, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that is not a stupid fast burst down.
We'll all be better off once the bastion is complete. The bastion. It's finally finished.
Undo and skip. Thank you. That is not
Now,
something I've had to deal with before.
There's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion.
Less close to sub
I
20.
ain't one
Yeah.
for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions.
You made it.
Hey, kid.
2012. Yeah, I know. I know it wasn't sub 20.
It's finished. Now, sit tight. It'll be over soon.
Thanks for the GGs.
No matter what happens next.
I think I will call it a night after this one, so I'm gonna let the credits play out for the VOD, and
I suppose all that's left.
you folks
is
can
to
have
try
an
and
excellent
remember
night.
This moment. The Bastion's gonna take us back to a better time. Before any of this. Might be we'll forget everything you've done. And each other. Though after all we've been through, I find that hard to believe. So long, kid. Maybe I'll see you in the next one. Say, Landia, we're coming home.